Yo, what's going on, subs? Thank you again for subbing. This is Sub Tips Part 2. And today I'll show you guys a couple of things that I like to do versus dollar against some popular formations. Also, you guys are always asking me, yo, how do you switch your safeties in dollar? And, who do you like at dollar and where? So I'm just going to give you guys my dollar setup. You guys can use this for salary cap or MUT. And then from there, I'm going to give you guys just a couple of different things I like to do versus certain formations, my favorite adjustments, and some stuff that you guys may not have known of. So, again, thank you for subbing. And yeah, so first thing I do, of course, is I want a safety as my user. So in my, I use Troy Akpe. In regs, I use Bernard King from the Patriots, but you can use whoever here since I'm using the Lions because we're going to be in the Lions defensive playbook. I'm just going to pick whoever. It doesn't really matter. And then you're going to use a fast loop. You want two guys that are going to be able to kind of man up, but for the most part fast and blitz. These two outside guys, you want to have good zone. They don't have to have crazy zone. And then your safeties are where you really, really want good players, just because you're going to be running a lot of cover two, cover three. You're going to be relying on them to make a lot of plays for you. So first setup that I like to do is DB fire. This is going to be versus trips tight end. So it doesn't matter really what the play is. I like to baseline press, shift the D line to the right and the left. I like to move this safety. I like to put this safety in a deep third, so A, and then the left stick to the left. And then I like to deep half this corner on the right, so triangle, triangle. Triangle, triangle, B, right stick to the right. And then I like to blitz this guy right here, and I crash down. Oh, and I bluff blitz this corner on the left side. So I know it's a lot. I'm going to go over it again. But this is basically the setup. This is what it should look like. I like to shoot the gap on the inside zone. The three rec plays anything in the middle of the field as long as it's, not play action. And if it is play action and you know they're going to pass, then I just go ahead and run commit. So same shit again. So all you're going to do is you're going to baseline press, shift your D line to the left, crash down. You're going to move this safety to the left, inside third this safety, deep half this safety. Shade up, and then you're going to not QB contain, my fault. You're going to bluff blitz this slot corner right here. And let's just say it's PA like the computer's going to run. You're just going to run a play action. I'm not my fault. You're going to pass commit. So if you know it's a pass, no matter what, you're going to pass commit here. You see the three rec, bluff blitzes, moves towards the middle of the field. From there, you're just going to use or something. And I mean, if you have someone with a good deep half and it's all Madden, then it's going to play it for sure. So one more time, baseline press, move your D line to the left, pinch down, blitz his middle linebacker, bluff blitz him, move over, deep third, deep third. And then honestly, my first reaction is literally, I got to jump this right side of the field. And then from there, I'm good because I know my three rec is going to play something. Like I said, I like to shade down and triangle, triangle, X, and then left stick down too, so I can have a cloud flat, but that three rec is going to play shaded down. And then from there, the first thing I'm looking at is if I'm running to the right or not. If the running back is on like one of those table routes that I'm running right, and as you can see, we get some pressure as well. So that's the first setup that I like out of DB Fire versus that. Going into the next setup, this is just a slow down bunch. I like to run a lot of cover 2 this year, not gonna lie, because cover 3 is really broken, and the deep blues still get beat a lot. So there's no point of coming out and tight flex. Not tight, my fault. There's no point of coming out and cover 3 if I'm just gonna get beat deep. I don't even know why I was thinking about tight flex right now. So I like to run the DB contain glitch versus dollar. So all you're gonna do is just press, and then you're gonna move your corners and blitz them, and then I spread your D line up and then crash up. I like to keep these guys in cloud flats, but I like to shade these guys inside, and I like to man up this A route right here. First thing I'm jumping is usually this middle of the field, and I like to bring the safety down because I have Sean Taylor here and I have Earl Thomas here. Once in a while, I'll man up this backside guy if he's hitting me with anything in the seams, and then I'll just go ahead and either man this guy up on R or B, which is going to be the mesh post, because like I said, I have a good safety here, so it'd be B. Or I like to go ahead and put him on inside third. And this guy should be not manned up. This guy should stay here. But once in a while, you can man this guy up too, just depending on the third down. Because like I said, if you're playing like a West Coast, they like to go to mesh post a lot. So you can man this up with a good corner if you want to. But if they're going to keep running the corner route, I would keep this cloud flat and just shade up. But this is the defense I like to run versus. You're still getting some pressure. You're watching their first couple of reads, and I'm jumping to the left the first play of the game, or the first couple of seconds just to see if there's a running back on this side, and then I'm kind of lurking towards the middle. If you have a good corner, he'll play that for sure. But if he's gonna be like spam Pat Sale, then honestly, the adjustment I would make is like this. I'll show you. So all I'm gonna do is just man this guy up, right? Well, not this one. My fault. We're gonna do it this way, right? You would set the blitz up. But instead, I would bluff blitz this guy into a 3-rec, and then shade up. Just because he'll play that post and it'll still look like he's blitzing, and it'll mess with the line still. But at the end of the day, like, he's playing that middle of the field pretty well. You know what I mean? So this is my second setup that I like to do. I love the bluff blitzing this year. That's why I like to run cover 2 so much. You can't do it in a cover 3. You guys have been asking for some inside zone defense. I'll go ahead and show you guys that as well. So it's the same setup at $1 that I gave you guys for the trips tight end stuff. All you're going to do is just shoot this backside gap. And I definitely recommend doing this in practice mode a couple of times, because then you're just going to get the adjustments down. You can even QB contain this on 3rd downs. But basically, you're going to sit like right here. And you're just going to shoot that right guard gap. In practice mode, he's going to pick me up, which is super annoying, because he doesn't pick me up always. But let me see if I can get it. Oh, that's when he's fast patient. Like right around here. Okay. I hate when it does this. That's why I don't recommend to practice in practice mode, because I run this all the time online, but practice mode is just a little bit different. Alright, let me see if I can get it to come in practice mode. Oh my god, hike the ball. Alright, there we go. Well, you can shoot the gap that way, but as you can see, the computer still comes back to go ahead and grab me. That's not going to happen in a real game, I promise you. The O-line is only super reactive to stuff when it comes to practice mode. But when you come out of practice mode, it's not going to react like that. The O-line is awful online. So as you guys can see, look, this O-line will never do that ever. Same thing with this wide receiver. So as you guys can see, I shoot the gap myself, and the linebacker shoots the gap. So I'm guessing if you guys want to try it in practice mode, you're going to have to stand right above the guard, or the center. I don't know why it's way different in practice mode, but then again, it's EA Sports, so I don't even know why I'm complaining. So basically, you can have a free, it looks like you can have a free release if you stand over that left guard. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to keep labbing this. Might as well. That's just kind of weird. Like, I do this shit all the time, not in practice mode. But I guess I'm just going to find a way to shoot it in practice mode, too. You guys could try both ways out. Hike the ball. Or I'm just not going to find any way to shoot the gap. Oh, man. I'm not going to lie. We're just going to keep sitting here, and I'm just going to keep labbing this until we can find a way to shoot the gap versus the computer. Because this shit is starting to get me angry. I don't understand how you can't shoot a gap versus a computer, but I can shoot the gap every single time versus someone's AI. Just because the AI blocking is so bad online compared to offline. Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna keep doing this. If this video is 30 minutes, you guys will know why. I'm gonna find a way to shoot this gap. Bro, this right guard is gonna pick me up no matter where. Okay, you guys get the gist of it, bro. Like, if you guys go into a game, you can try it 100 times. I just feel like, because I haven't shot the gap yet, I gotta show you guys once. But this right guard is just Superman, bro. Like, no right guard is this interactive in the game. Like, this shit is so crazy, bro. No, like, even if you ID the mic, this shit doesn't work like that. But if you play the computer, like, their AI is just so different. Fuck, we're on the next shit. That actually gives me a headache. I promise you, if you guys stand on that right guard gap, that you guys can shoot it from behind. And if you guys can't, then I'll just put up, like, if you guys have problems with it still, tell me, and I'll come out with something else. I'll come out with something else tonight if you guys have problems with it. So, against tight, I like to run the contain glitch again. We're just going to press, spread our D-line up, crash up, and QB contain. Then we're just going to, I like to shade down, still put 2 cloud flats on the field, and deep half one side of these safeties, bring them down in the box. And this is an absolute bag for tight. It's pretty simple. This is going to scream at it, get sheds, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And the cloud flats are going to play well on a corner route and an out route just because, you know, it's shaded down, so they're watching the underneath, but they're also still playing corner routes. I don't like to send more than 5 just because you don't have to. Make sure you don't get stuck on that cloud trying to move them over instead of that blitzer. Of course, in practice mode, this blitz doesn't work either. But you guys get the gist of that too. Let me see what else I like to do. I really don't see a lot of different formations. I mean, you guys asked for like a run defense, but like it's all dependent on what your opponent is running, and you just gotta time it. Like if I know he comes on tight slots and he's running the draw, right? Or if I know he's in tight slots, there's only two things he can do right here, right? He can pass the ball, probably run like bench, or he's gonna run a draw right here. So what I like to do is just loop behind this right side linebacker, right of screen linebacker, and just hope I can, you know, just maybe get the AI to dumb out, you know, wrapping around that center. That's the big thing about draw defense, I feel like, in general. Every single year in Madden, it's been the same thing. If you're able to get right around this center, right after the right guard goes and does something, you know what I mean? Because watch, this right guard's going to go pick somebody else up. And this, I'm trying to tell you, chat, this look how bad this game is in practice mode. Look at how crazy this receiver blocks. Because in a real game of Madden, he would be all the way over here picking up like flowers, and instead he's running towards the middle of the field going to get my user. That shouldn't, like, practice was so bad. But as you guys can see, like the way I do it, even I'm looping like DB Fire, even if it's not DB Fire. And if you shoot that gap with a fast user right there, you'll be able to just loop around him. I would practice that for sure, because there's only one or two plays, and you got to know when you're playing someone, for example, that's running something like this. You have to be confident in your adjustments and know that you can trust your zones. So you just got to shoot the gap yourself. You know, you just have to 110% give up for the run right here, because if you stop, like, if you, let's just say it isn't the run, it's a pass, there it is. Let's just say it isn't the run and it's a pass, then, it isn't run, it's a pass, then you just have to run back, you know what I mean? But hopefully the blitz or your coverage will play good enough in time. That's the whole thing we're getting for right now, that this defense is not user dependent. I mean, like, your user is definitely big, but it's not, I don't want it to be user dependent, you know what I mean? I want the zones to be able to play. I wish I had a more agile user. But that's how I shoot draw. Stretch defense for like wide trips has always been the same. So if you guys didn't know that, anytime someone tries to run wide trips, stretch versus you, all you use just press, man up this outside wide receiver. As you see, he's just gonna shoot the gap immediately, hit him in the backfield. There he is right there. No matter what, that's going to happen always. So, I mean, that's run defense for that. If you guys are having problems with Deuce, I would just go ahead and run 3-4 odd crossfire. I don't think they have Deuce in this playbook, so I'm not going to go ahead and try that. Let me see. Oh, if you guys want to run crossfire just to mix stuff in, my favorite setup, let's just, for example, let's just say you're playing bunch. It depends on what mode we're playing. If we're playing salary cap and you have good corners, I like to run it like this, because this right side corner, the way he's going to play this, he's going to pick off everything. I mean, you can kind of put this in the outside quarter instead of, you know, he's going to pick up all these corner routes and all that other stuff people like to throw. Then you can go ahead and just man this dude up under whatever, put this dude in the deep half. You know what I mean? And that's just if you want to send 5 or 6. But you can, like, do, you kind of just can do whatever with this. You can man this guy up too, or you can just keep the 3 rec, send 4. You know, you can even send 3 with the 3 rec, play up, you know, crash up. Third down, not even a third down, a first down right here, you know what I mean? I like to mix up between the coverage and the blitz, man. There's no point in going ahead and just blitzing all game. There's no point in having coverage all game. Let me see what else. I think that's it for now. If you guys have any other formations, I'll start adding on today. You know what I mean? Right after this stream. I just wanted to put these out because I feel like I told you guys that I was going to put these out. I don't know what other formations that people like to run. That tight slot stuff that I run works 110% versus tight flex for people that have been asking. I just didn't want to get in a playbook with tight flex because they don't have everything. So I just got in the Patriots playbook because they have bunch and they have tight slots and they have, you know, wide trips and they have the bunch. So it's easy for me to show you guys. But that's the tight flex defense too. This DB Fire. Because by the time and just in case, let's just say some guy is shredding you on the on DB Fire for whatever reason, even though he shouldn't. Let's just say he's in tight flex and not tight slots. We don't really care about the setups. We just want to show you the defense. So the first thing I like to lurk when I'm playing tight flex, right, as I'm going to shade down, of course, and I'm not even lurking this R1. I'm just going to give this guy the double spot on the right side of the field. I don't think he's going to get that corner route on double spot by the time, you know, the blitz comes in. But let's just say someone goes ahead and motion wide receiver blocks, then it's different. Then on this left side of the field, I'm kind of just going ahead and lurking if it's PA post shot or not. If it is, you know, if it's the PA play out of PA post shot for tight flex, then I'm watching B. And I'm lurking B and Y. Just because those are the main cover 2 beaters, I'm gonna have to make, you know, a choice on one of those two guys no matter what, and he's gonna have to make a choice. By the time the blitz comes in, he's either gonna pick between B or Y, and it just kind of is dependent on your user. And if he runs double spot, if he misses his read on R1, I like to just stay in the middle of the field because there's nothing that he can do. People like to run slot curl versus DB fire too, but since we're deep middle bluing this guy, and there should be no problem with him hitting the seams, and then this outside guy will be able to play it because that streak isn't really that big of a deal anymore. So that's what I like to do versus tight slots. I know tight flex. I know this is tight slots, but yeah, I'm just showing you guys because it's the same type of like compression set. I basically just like to run the DB fire send 5. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the video, man. Like I said, if you guys have any other offenses you guys have been struggling with, any type of runs you guys have been struggling with, make sure to go ahead and just whisper me. Since you guys are my subs, I'll go ahead and try to put it out as soon as I possibly can. Sub tips will continue. I'm leaving on Friday, so I'll drop some on Thursday. So that's what I was saying. Just go ahead and make sure you guys whisper me, and I'll go ahead and do whatever you guys, or just at least answer as many questions, or you know, do as many tips as I possibly can before I leave on Friday. Peace.